Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome back to Newcom's YouTube channel. Today we have a really exciting video for you. It's going to be for the unboxing, which we just did, and the review of the Logitech MX Anywhere 3. It's this ultra portable mouse that you can take really anywhere with you because it's so small, but it also gives you that very same multi-connectivity option that a lot of Logitech's portable devices have been known for, and even some of their non-portable devices. We're gonna start first with the design, which, I'm just gonna set it aside. I'm gonna set it right here alongside the Logitech Craft. Come on. You can't beat that. So setting aside the Logitech, I'm not going to set it aside from the frame because it just looks so good with this. But imagine this is not here, so we're going to talk about the MX Anywhere 3 independently. It's still like as nice of a design as you can get. Like honestly, you got this rubber portion here where your thumb rests and also your other fingers to grip the mouse. It feels really nice. You've got a couple of back and forward buttons at the side, as well as another button here that I'm gonna get into a little bit later. And like all of them, this is a different material, this is a different material, and the scroll wheel is metal. Like you can't really ask for much more. And even the base is a completely different material. So I don't really think there's much necessary to be said about the design. You can just look at it and enjoy. So there goes the design. One last thing though, you got a USB-C. So the design I'm a big fan of, especially if you get the MX keys, the Logitech Craft, which I have right here, which is essentially MX keys with this dial right here. The MX keys, the Logitech Craft, or even the K380, which actually let me bring for a second. Here it is. It still works. It's a little bit of a different color. Not much though, but it still goes really well with the Anywhere 3. So I'm gonna take this away for now. So yeah, suffice it to say, I'm a big fan of the design. But let's talk about functionality, specifically the scroll wheel. So remember I told you that this button controls how the scroll wheel functions? Well, the scroll wheel basically has two modes. A freeform mode, which is like infinite scroll, like it scrolls like forever. And then you have this ridged format that you can scroll notch by notch. So it's like step by step. It's not completely smooth, right? You will feel each ridge or each notch whenever you scroll. But it's got another trick up its sleeve which you can control with the Logitech Control app, aptly named. So what you can do is that you go to the Logitech Control and you can adjust in ridged mode or notched mode. I don't really have a name for it, or in the non-freeform mode. You can adjust how quickly you can scroll for it to activate freeform mode even when you're not in the freeform mode. So let's say you're scrolling like step by step regularly, but you want to scroll one page really quickly. Instead of clicking this button and cycling to the freeform mode, you can just keep staying in your original mode and just scroll really quickly, and it'll activate the freeform mode. But then when you keep scrolling with your hand on top of the scroll wheel, it reactivates the ridged or notched mode. So you'll go back to your original form of scrolling. You don't need to cycle through them, which makes this button kind of redundant. Honestly, I would have been fine if this button didn't exist, but not everyone is going to use the Logitech Control app, so for them, it's a bit better. Even though this option is already active out of the box, but you can't really customize it. You can't customize how much power you can put to the scroll to activate the freeform mode. So there's that. It's a really cool option to be able to customize something mechanical, because something mechanical is happening here. There's magnets and everything going on in here, and you can customize it, and that is really cool. I can definitely appreciate that. I actually thought that the freeform mode kicks in a little bit. It's a bit too sensitive, so I made it kick in a little bit later, or it would require a bit more force now after my customization. All these buttons are also customizable. Even the middle click button is customizable. This button is customizable to do something else if you're already fine with just, leaving one mode on. And of course, the back and forward button are also customizable. Here's the cool thing about the Logitech Options app. The buttons are customizable per app. So they're contextual in a way. You can set like for me, for example, when I'm browsing Chrome, I use the back and forward button not to go back or go forward in a tab. I use it as a next or previous tab button because I use that option a lot more frequently. I don't really go back or forward in one tab, but I do cycle between tabs a lot more. So I used these two buttons to do that function instead of the out-of-the-box function that it's been given. But for example, and also I have set it to do the same thing in the Photos app, which is cycle between the photos. You can also set it to zoom in or out in the photos. You can set it to increase or decrease the volume on a per app basis. You can set it to do anything on any app. So let's say, for example, I don't know, in Premiere, I can put this as a Command K to split my clips, and this one as, I don't know, Control Z. Actually, Command Z. I'm switching between Mac and Windows, so I use the Command and Control interchangeably. I apologize for that. So yeah, this could be Command K to split my clips. This could be Command Z just to undo quickly. And I don't know, this could be delete. So you can do infinite things with this thing. You can do the same thing, of course, on the Logitech Craft, but that's a different video. So yeah, the Logitech Options app is almost a necessary feature for this mouse, which you can, of course, download on Logitech's own website. Apart from the multi-connectivity options, well, you get this receiver or dongle in the box. It's a Logitech Unifying receiver. Now, this is actually not connected to my Mac Mini because I already have another one of these which came with the Craft connected to the Mac Mini because it's a unifying receiver, which means however many Logitech peripherals you have that come with a unifying receiver, you can just ditch this one and use one of them and pair all of them to that one receiver, which is really, really cool. And also, if you happen to lose your dongle, you can just buy a separate unifying receiver and just pair your device to that new receiver. I actually used to work at a computer peripheral repair shop in customer service, but we had a lot of mice and keyboards coming to the shop that were like, I lost the receiver, or from different brands. And you know what? The easiest fix for Logitech devices was just, you give them a unifying receiver. But with other brands, you pretty much couldn't do anything about it. If the dongles are proprietary and they are, out of the factory, they are connected to one device. If you lose that dongle, that's it. You can't use that mouse or that keyboard. But with a Logitech Unifying receiver, or with devices that support or come with a Logitech Unifying receiver, even if you lose this, you're fine. You just have to buy another Logitech Unifying receiver. Or of course, in this case, you don't even have to do that because it has Bluetooth, so no worries. But anyways, yeah, if you want to connect using a dongle, if you have two devices like this, you need only to use one of those unifying receivers, or just none of them because they support Bluetooth. I, of course, prefer to use the receiver because, I don't know, I always thought a USB dongle is just a bit more reliable to use compared to Bluetooth. So you have all those options. I have connected this to my iPad as well. And with the press of a button, I just cycle between the iPad and the Mac. So it works perfectly well. And I also have this number 2 connected to my iPad. So it's great. Like, it's so seamless. You don't really even have to think about it. There's no need to pair again. Like, it's just you press a button and it's like immediately you're working with your iPad. The same with this one. So there it is. This is a really compact, powerful, feature-packed but lightweight mouse that you can bring anywhere and use all the features that I talked about on the go. Perhaps the only gripe that I have with the mouse is that over time, and not too much time, there's going to be some dirt and grime building up on the side of these rubber feet here. But, you know, I just used a pin right before recording the video to get all the dirt out, so it's really not a big issue. I just said that because I had to say something negative about this to not look completely biased. But I am biased about this mouse because I just really love it. Also, one final point, the mouse comes with a USB Type-C cable, Logitech branded, a nice touch, that you will use to charge this mouse in the off chance that you actually need to charge it. I've had it for about a month. You don't need to charge it very often. And I'm sure all of you have a USB-C phone lying around, so you don't even really need to use that particular cable. You can just connect it to your phone charger every now and then and just not really worry about it. So yeah, that was it for the review of the Logitech MX Anywhere 3. It is, in my opinion, the best portable mouse that you can find on the market. It is definitely priced higher than the competitors, but I mean, the competitors really don't hold a candle to this. So it's more expensive than a lot of the other portable mice, but there's a reason for it. You got the programmable buttons, contextually programmable buttons. It's not just you set this button to do one thing and it's gonna do that thing in every app. No. There's a big difference. You can set the buttons to do whatever per app. So that's a really, really nice feature. You've got contextually programmable buttons. You've got a metal scroll wheel that cycles between two modes that give you a completely different feel. You've got a really premium build, USB-C charging input, multiple device connectivity with a Logitech Unifying receiver. So if you lose that, you don't really need to sweat it that much. So I'm going to stop talking about this. I can't say enough nice things about this mouse. And the final thing that I will do is to just put it next to the Logitech Craft for one last time. And while we marvel at this combo here, I'm going to bid you all goodbye. Do let us know what you think about the Logitech MX Anywhere 3 in the comments. If you liked the video, make sure to leave a like. Subscribe to Newcom's YouTube channel for the review on Logitech Craft, which I also cannot stop saying nice things about. But either way, I'm going to leave it here. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.